Hey, how you doing? So, been a while since I made a video. I know Jared's been putting out phenomenal videos, and I love seeing the comments and I love seeing the participation that you guys are taking into your own trading career. But been a while since I made a video. I thought, you know what, let's kind of hop on, make another video because I haven't done one in a while. So let's do it. So, what I'm gonna do in today's video is a couple things. I want to review first of all some of the trades I took last week towards the end of the week. And then trades I took today, Monday, to start off this week. Now, good news is, first of all, earnings season is coming up. That's when stocks report their quarterly earnings. And then that news, those earnings creates upgrades and downgrades and all sorts of news, which cause gaps. And we as morning traders who trade the first hour of the open, we love trading what? Gaps, right? So we get a lot of gaps during earnings season, and earnings season is about to start in about a week. And guess what? To kick it off, we're doing what we do, once or twice a year, which is our live trading room open house, which is a free pass day that you can come hang out in the trading room for a whole day, unrestricted access, right? And just come trade live with us. So just click the link below. I'll put the link down in the caption, so you can just click it, register it, get your free spot, totally free, no credit card information, email, none of that required, totally free spot. Sign up. I'll put the link right in the bio. So let's get started. I'm going to review some trades from last week, and then I also have something really cool to show you. So make sure you stick around towards the end of the video. All right, so one of them I want to go over is Netflix on the gap down day. So on the gap down day, I actually played Netflix long, and I think I have an image of that slide already saved up. I think that'll be easier if I just show it to you in that way. So, I just took an image. I posted this on Facebook and my Twitter account if you follow me over there. But here's the reason why we traded Netflix long that day. So now notice how Netflix was gapping down on earnings, right? It had earnings. It reported, not so fabulous earnings, and also the subscriber growth was a bit lower than people were expecting. So because of that reason, Netflix gapped down from all the way from $360 area down to like $310 or $315, which is a huge gap down. But a lot of people were thinking, oh, Netflix short. And I'm like, okay, maybe, right? Maybe it could be a short in the following days. But as far as now is concerned, as a day trader, you got to be looking at it on the long side. So that's what we did. And the reason for the gap long play was a gap fade strategy. Now, you'd notice Netflix, what it's done before it gapped down, right? It had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 red days in a row. So it's already been going down for like a week. And then it gaps down big time after already being down 6 days in a row, right into that prior pivot support. So big gap down to prior pivot support, we're gonna look for a long. So this is sort of like a pseudo buy setup entry intraday pattern. We saw a few red bars going right into that lines that I've drawn in. Look at that, right into that line. I picked it up long right over here. I called it in the room. Let's do Netflix long, 321.24. Let's put our stop loss at 318.92, and let's shoot for 325.88 as a target. So we bought in long here, 321.84. Took a while, held it for pretty much all of the day, and then finally got our target at 325.88. And that was a great trade for us on Thursday, on the gap down day. And then on Friday, I took only one trade, which was the Shopify. I posted this on Facebook and my Twitter as well. So if you aren't following me over there, you should definitely check it out. So Shopify was a different strategy. It was kind of like a gap opening range breakout. So you look at Shopify, super strong stock, been uptrending all this while, and then taking out a prior day's high, approaching new high territory. So in the morning, we get a little consolidation after initial spike up. So we got initial spike up here, right? Got a couple bars consolidating here, got a little range. And then we just basically said, hey, let's buy it at 335. Let's place our stop loss at 330, 351. And let's shoot for 338. And then right over here, we got triggered in long, went up, pulled back a little bit, and then went back up again and got our target. So that was a nice trade for Friday. Only one trade of the day. And that was a good one. So this morning on Monday, we came in this week. And, I was really looking to start the week on a good note because I really want to end the month of July on a stronger note. I'm trying to make a nice little move towards the end of the month, and today was a good contribution to that. Today I took 3 trades, one loser and 2 winners. The losing one was DVA, which was started off really well, but in the end ended up failing. But I know the reason why. Right? I know the reason why this trade didn't work out, and usually there's always a reason. I think a lot of newer traders say, "Oh, that trade didn't work out." Oh, what's going on? But usually, not all the time, there's going to be a lot of trades that are great trades that just don't work. But there are a lot of times there are trades that have reasons, right, as to why they didn't work. So you got to look for those reasons, right, so you can improve. So DVA, I saw it this morning, and I was looking at it like this. I was like, okay, wow, look at DVA. You know, you got a beautiful gap up here on the DVA here, right? Beautiful gap up, getting above this red line, above these prior pivots, getting above the moving averages. Looks like a phenomenal gap up. And then I took it long right over here, 59.50, put my stop loss at 59.14, and you know this thing went up to almost 59.90, which was 40 cents above my entry. But I was looking for much more. I was looking for like 60 and a quarter, 60.25 as my target. It went up to like $60 and then ended up coming all the way back down and stopping me out. But again, notice why it stopped over here. Let's zoom out on the daily. Oh, look at that. All right, you see this pivot right over here? Because of that pivot, it stopped right dead at that resistance area. So that's why this trade didn't work out. I was thinking maybe it's going to have a lot of momentum today to actually break it because the gap was on earnings news. So I thought, okay, well, earnings is coming up actually tomorrow. So I thought, you know what, on earnings, it's coming up. So maybe because of earnings, this is going to move, but clearly it didn't get above the resistance area. So the next two trades I took after this DVA loss to start the day on Monday was a couple of good trades. One of them was Netflix. And the best part about this Netflix trade is we made money in the room, both long and short, right? So Jared actually called this trade short in the room at 311. So $311. Jared actually called this trade short. He shorted it. This thing dropped all the way down to like 306, right? And he got out, made a nice profit on the short trade. I actually then flipped it long. I bought in long at 307, right? Put my stop under the low of the day at 305.98, and I was shooting for a target around like 310, 309 area. So I got in long over here, 307, put my stop loss 305.98. This thing moved up all the way to like 311, and that was a great trade for us on the long side. So in the money today was fun in the room. You made money on Netflix short and long, and it was phenomenal. Always a good feeling. So why did I play it long is a question that you should be asking. If you're not asking me, I'm just going to tell you anyway, because that's what I'm here for. So I zoom out on the Netflix chart. All right, let's go on a 5-minute chart. Let's over here. All right, so the reason behind the Netflix trade, at least for me, was pretty simple. Now, this was an aggressive trade. I don't recommend it for new people, right? It is a little bit advanced trade, but once you've been doing it for a while, you kind of get a feel for these things. But the reason for this trade is just a simple, basic, foundational concept that we teach in the PTS course. I'm going to give you a little bit of a tip right over here. So when stocks move, all right, when stocks move in an angle which is 45% retracement, they can keep going down forever. So this is what I'm trying to say. Let me illustrate that here. So when stocks move like this, right, they can keep trending forever and ever and ever and keep going lower. So you see here, Netflix here was trending, right? So it could keep on going forever. But then stocks cannot just keep going vertical, right? They have to bounce, period. So if they go down like this, the trend can last forever and ever. But if they go down like this and suddenly you kind of get like a vertical action, like a waterfall effect, right? Then that drops don't last and you're going to get a bounce. Now, eventually you might continue lower, but you're going to get a bounce before that trend continues. So this is what we did on Netflix. We got this trend down. Okay, it's probably going to go lower, probably going to go lower. And then finally, look what happened this morning. It just puked out, right? Just puked out. We got that little, decline, vertical action, right? And then we picked it up at the vertical action as a long, and then we got a nice bounce, and then that was a pretty phenomenal trade that everybody got in the room. So that was kind of one of the winners today that got me back to positive for the day. And then we had a phenomenal trade, like literally a phenomenal trade on WDC. So you notice on WDC here, what do you see? Right, super strong daily chart, pulls back after a strong move, and then tries to go higher. And then today, look what you got. I mean, not a 3-bar play as a textbook one, but it's kind of that pattern, right? A little buy setup on the daily chart. Now, if we go on to our 65-minute chart, right? 65-minute chart, look what you see this morning on WDC. Look what it's doing. Let me go down to today. So look at that. This is a resistance area on the 65-minute chart. See that? This was support, became resistance, became resistance. Now today you finally got above that resistance. So the only question you need to ask yourself is, hey, it's getting above this resistance level, where can it go to? So now I can see, okay, here is where it can potentially go to. Now it went much further than that, but that's what I was expecting. So I said, okay, this is the void, right? So if it gets above this line, it can go to that line. So sounds like a good trade to me. Now we just got to find a way in. So on a 1 minute chart is where I got my entry from. So on a 1 minute chart, look what WDC did. Beautiful 3-bar play, right? Beautiful 3-bar play. You got a green bar, little inside red bar, and that was a nice little 3-bar play. Now I actually did not get this trade on the 3-bar play, although that's what I wanted to do, but I didn't get it. It popped up already. But when it pulled back, right, we got a what is known as a buy setup strategy, which is also another strategy we teach in our PTS course. And then this orange line was the VWAP. I have a great free video on YouTube called How to Correctly Use the VWAP, one of the most popular videos on this topic. So we took it long, well, not we, I took it long, and a lot of members in the room. We got this trade right over here. Right over this VWAP, right? We placed our stop loss right over here, and then look at WDC. Let me zoom out so I can show you a little bit better. Look what it did. Boom. Straight up blast off move to the upside. And we actually we didn't even hold it until then. I was out like right over here. I was out of this trade. 54.25 was my exit. Again, got a great trend on WD today. Phenomenal trade. Now, it ended the day much higher. I mean, if you look at the chart of WDC, look at this is now my exit looks like a chicken exit. I got out here, 54.25, right? And this thing went at 55.30 today. So it went like $1 higher than where I got out from. But it's okay because I don't really care how much higher stock goes, right? I don't get FOMO or anything like that because as long as I get my target, as long as I follow my trading plan and hits my target based upon my trading plan, I could care less. It could go up $10, doesn't matter. I get my target, more than happy. So that's what we did with the WDC today. Again, nice daily buy setup, sort of like a 3-bar play, getting above resistance on a 65-minute chart. Had a 3-bar play on the 1 minute chart. We picked a buy setup entry and then wrote it up for a 2-to-1 target. And that was a phenomenal trade on WDC. So, you know, the week got off to a good start today. Took one little loss on DVA, $1,000. Got the winners on Netflix and WDC for 2 hours, about 2K each. Ended the day up about 3 hours. And phenomenal. And last week ended on a good note with the Netflix and Shopify that I just reviewed. And I'm just hoping we can keep this up. You know, I'm hoping we can keep this up, end the month of July on a strong note, and then close the rest of the year on a brighter note and just make it one of the best years ever. So again, if you want to join us, I'll put the link in the caption below. There's on 25th June is the date. So July. I don't know why I keep saying June. 25th July, which is let me take a look at my calendar. That is a Thursday. So 25th July, Thursday, we have our live trading room open house, free to enter for that day only. And click the link in the bio, not the bio, the caption, to get your spot. Okay. So yeah, that's kind of the trades that I wanted to review with you guys. Now I want to show you something really cool. So this is something that I've been working on for a while, and it's now finally ready. And it's called the LiveTraders Gap Scanner, gaps and in-play stock scanner. So this is something that I personally use every day to create my watch list of stocks, right? So stocks like WDC, stocks like Netflix. Where did I find them? I found them in my scanner. So this is a scanner I use pre-market from 9 o'clock till 9:30. This is where I use it. That shows me all the stocks that are gapping up, gapping down pre-market, stocks that are doing a lot of volume pre-market, and stuff that can be in play and potentially be good trading candidates, right, for the rest of the day. Because, you know, you're only as good as the stocks you trade, right? Everybody knows that finding the right stocks is key, and this is how I do it using the gap scanner. It'll give you everything you need to know. So it's pretty cool. I'm just going to quickly show you this, and then I'm going to play you a video tutorial on how this works. So this is kind of what the scanner looks like, right? So it gives you the gap ups, the gap downs in one place. It's just phenomenal and makes your whole life easier because every morning you can come in, you can just open this tool, right? Build your watch list, and voila, you're all set. So hope you guys enjoyed this trade review. A little shorter video than usual, but I wanted to share with you some of the setups that I've been trading here. pullback buy setup after a 3-bar play, beautiful result on WDC. Netflix, vertical puke out sell off into support, picked it up long, great trade. So that's some of the things we did. So again, stay tuned. Right after this, I'm gonna play you a video which will show you how the gap scanner works, and a really cool special if you want to sign up for the gap scanner. Usually scanners can cost you $50, $100 a month, right? The one that I built, I wanted to eliminate any monthly fee so that you can just pay for one time and have it for the rest of your life. So we decided, usually scanners are $150 a month. This one should probably be, if you're going to do a lifetime access, at least worth $1,000, $500 at least. But guess what? We're launching it at a crazy price that it's going to blow your socks off. So click the link in the captions. I'll put the link in there. See it for yourself and take advantage of it. You know what? I can't keep it to myself. I'll just tell you. So the special that we have for the gap scanner is $99 for life. Yes, you heard that right. Not $99 a month, not $99 a year, right? Not, $99 and then you got to pay $10 data fee. None of that. $99 one-time payment for life. Have it, use it as much as you like. All right. So now I'm going to play you a video tutorial on how this scanner works. Enjoy and take care. Hey, welcome to LiveTraders Gap Scanner. So this is the version 2.0 of our previous scanner. We had a previous iteration of the scanner a few years ago, but we never really kind of promoted it or completed it. This time, however, we finally completed this gap scanner. It's a very simple to use, easy application, and the whole purpose of this application is not to have this in-depth, crazy accurate scanner. The whole idea behind the scanner was to just make your analysis a little bit easier and have things in an organized fashion. Most platforms have, different forms of gainers and losers, and a lot of platforms don't. So what people have to resort to is go to a variety of different websites, variety of different sources to find these gappers, pre-market movers, and create a list. So wouldn't it be easier if you had it all in one place? And that's the whole idea about this gap scanner. You simply log into the software with your user ID and password, and this is the kind of window that you will see. You'll see 3 little columns right here, red, green, and blue. So blue simply means most active stocks pre-market, stocks that are doing the most volume pre-market. On the red side, you'll see stocks that are down pre-market, right? Down in the pre-market. And then here, you'll see the stocks that are up the most in pre-market. So simply green, red, and blue. It makes it easier, organizes it for you, and it is only showing you mostly stocks that are going up over 1%. So if anything is gapping less than 1%, we don't filter that in the scanner because we don't focus on it for trading anyway. So this is only showing you gaps over 1%. Now here's the cool part. Let's say you have a setting, you don't like to trade stocks below $5. You can click here, put in a minimum price of 5. Maybe you don't like to trade stocks over $200. You can put it in there and then it will automatically sort that out for you, right? Now, what if you wanted to upload that list on your platform, right? You wanted to upload that list on your platform, maybe as a text file, maybe as a Excel file. It's very easy to do here. You can simply export it as text, right? Or as an Excel file, and then voila, you can upload it on your platform or keep it on your own records, and it's very easy to do that. Now, another cool part about it is you can obviously sort. You could just simply click the percentage change column, right? And it could sort it by percentages, right? If you want to sort it by last price, you can simply click last price and it will go ahead and sort the column, right? So last price or percentage change, and you are able to sort these out. Now, another cool part is, let's say, hey, today you see Netflix here, right? Netflix is on the list, down about 10%. But you want to know why it's gapping down. Why is it that Netflix is gapping down? You simply click on that symbol for Netflix and look what happens. Suddenly, automatically it opens up your browser with Netflix on Yahoo Finance. So you can kind of scroll down and see, okay, right here, this is why Netflix is gapping down, right? Netflix shares fall. They misses Q2 subscriber growth expectations. So they're reporting earnings and the earnings were not at par. And that's why it's gapping down. So simply just by a click of a thing, you're able to see why something is gapping up or down, why it's moving pre-market, and that makes our analysis easier, right? The whole goal of this scanner is not to have, again, it's elaborate scanner with real-time data or anything. all this is doing, all the scanner is doing, full transparency, all the scanner is doing is it's scraping data from a variety of different sources, variety of different websites, variety of different sources. It's scraping data and putting it all in one easy to find place, so that you're able to find all the gaps in one place. Now, this scanner is best used between 9:10 and 9:30, right? So if you use it too early before 9 o'clock, it might not give you all the gaps, right? If you use it too late, then I don't know what's the point. So the best use of the scanner is between 9 a.m. and 9:35 a.m. That's when it's used best. And this is how I make my gap list every day. I log in, I go through the down list, up list, active list, filter these stocks, right? And then based upon that, I make my decision, and I can just easily click it and see why a stock is gapping up or gapping down, right? You can sort it by minimum, maximum price, and voila, you'll have your scans ready. So you can see here, Netflix, right? Previous day closed at 360 something, down to 323, right? Big time down today. So that's something that the scanner helps you do. Organize it in one place, and you can kind of minimize it, resize it, right, however you want it, and store it on your desktop. You can just keep it like this. Whenever you want to pull it up, you can kind of just do that, and you'll have the scanner. So pretty easy to simple tool. There's no real-time data fees or anything like that with this. It's basically a one-time purchase. You get it, you have it, and then you get to keep it for life. Because all it's doing is it's collecting data from a variety of different sources. All right, so there's no data fee or anything like that. Now, obviously, keep in mind this is not going to be super accurate, like a real-time scanner, because again, real-time scanners cost $150 per month, whereas this one is a one-time payment. There's no monthly fees or anything like that, so it's not going to be super real-time, but it does the job. Because again, when we're looking at it pre-market, it doesn't really matter, right? So it does the job. I use it every day. And hope you enjoy it.